Hello everyone and welcome back to Horse Review. In this episode, I'll be discussing the Lusitano. Before we begin, I'd like to make a small announcement. I've decided to break this series into seasons of 10 episodes each, with a small break between each season. Not only will this give Star Stable more time to release new breeds to review, but it will also allow me to work on some other exciting projects that I'm planning too. Don't worry, Horse Review isn't going away, it'll just be taking a small break soon. Now, without further ado, let's get started. As you can see, the grid shows us that the Lusitano is a good bit taller than it is long, with about a half square difference. Fortunately, the proportions of the shoulder, barrel, and haunches are pretty even, with each of these sections taking up about 1.5 squares, give or take. However, the head is a little small for the body, and the neck appears to be a touch long as well, though it's not terrible. Let's take a look at the gaits. The Lusitano has a swinging walk, though I would like to see the hind legs stretch out behind the horse a little more. The shoulders are moving a bit abruptly, and the angle at which they're swinging looks to be a little off. The upper part of the haunches isn't moving very well, so the lower part near the stifle has to make up for it, creating a bit of a disjointed look. When slowing down the video, you can see that the horse is actually over-tracking, or placing the hind foot in front of the track that the front foot leaves. This is good considering that the Lusitano is meant to be more of a dressage horse. However, it is placing its feet down toe first rather than flat or heel to toe, which is not desirable. In the trot, the Lusitano is moving the front end better than at the walk. The shoulder is swinging better in this gait as well. However, the hind end needs some work as the horse is not extending its leg behind it, but rather picking it up almost straight into the air. This creates a crunched look in the haunches and creates some clipping. It also prevents the horse from tracking up, which you can see in the slowed down video. If you look closely, it also looks as though the horse isn't taking evenly timed steps, giving it a somewhat lame appearance. The canter is a little messy, with the horse not reaching in front very well and the hind legs once again skipping upwards. The movement of just the haunches is better, though the shoulder is a bit stiff. Fortunately, the hooves all appear to be landing either flat or heel to toe. The Lusitano's overly long legs become very evident in the hand gallop. The front legs aren't terrible, but the hind legs are moving quite awkwardly in a way that I can only describe as like a wet noodle. The shoulder and haunches have once again become stiff. At first glance, the full gallop doesn't appear to be as sloppy as the hand gallop. In fact, when slowing the video down, you can really see the difference. The hind legs are still moving a little oddly, and the haunches are swinging incorrectly, but it's not nearly as bad. The Lusitano has a special move, the piaffe. You can see the horse rock back on its hindquarters to lift weight off the front end. While realistic for this movement, the extent that the horse has rocked back is a little bit extreme. The Lusitano moves forward quite a bit during this gait, making it more of a passage than a piaffe in my opinion, but that's more technical. The footfall is correct and the horse lifts its front legs up well. The rear is decent, with the horse supporting itself with its hind legs well. The haunches stretch a little bit, but not terribly so. The front legs also strike realistically without creating any clipping. The hard stop is quite abrupt, with the front legs digging in sharply in order to stop the forward movement as quickly as possible. The hind legs support the horse's back half well and do a good job of supporting its weight. Overall, it's not a bad stop, though like with most, doing this repetitively will lead to joint issues. The canter jump is very awkward and the horse doesn't seem to know where to put its legs. However, Star Stable mentioned that this was intentional, so I'll cut them some slack. The horse does come out of the landing nicely, though. The jump from the hand gallop is a lot more organized, with the horse tucking its front legs underneath itself well. The landing and transition back to the gait are clean. The jump from the full gallop is much the same as the previous gait, though if you look closely, the front feet do clip through the ground upon landing. The Lusitano is one of Star Stable's earlier Generation 3 horses, and while it was comparatively good at the time of its release, you can really see its age now. Overall, the gaits aren't terrible, but like with the Andalusian, I think that the long legs got in the way a bit. After reviewing the Lusitano's conformation and gaits, I am giving it a score of poor. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if there are any breeds you would like to see next, please let me know in the comments.